Welcome to God's Handiwork, our daily devotional. Remember that you are God's handiwork, created in Jesus Christ to do God's work, which God prepared in advance for you to do. This is Minister Alice from Dallas, Texas.
So today we'll be talking about the conclusion of Psalms 91, which is the secret place. The title is My Refuge and My Fortress. So Psalms 91 is, He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. For He will deliver you from the snare of the faller and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His pinions, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and a buckler. So the first verse says that He who dwells in the shelter. So what is shelter? Shelter is a covering. When it's raining, when it's snowing here, like in the East Coast in the state, you need shelter. When there's a tornado, you need shelter. So a shelter is a covering of protection. When it's cold, when it's hot, you go into a building. A lot of people, when we have like tornadoes or floods or anything that is catastrophic, they say we have a shelter bunker, or the military, we have a shelter. So that's a place where you go to protect yourself. So the Bible tells us that He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High, our Adonai, our El Shaddai, the Most High God, He will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. So when you're walking behind someone, there's a shadow, or when someone's above you, depending on where the sun is. So it's a covering. You are protected. So our God is saying that He is our refuge and our fortress in whom we trust. So we need to trust in God because there's nowhere else to go. He's our shelter. And He's saying that He will deliver us. He is Jehovah Gibor, the mighty man of war. He is Adonai, our master. He's our Abba Father. And as we read the Bible, in every verse or in chapters, you'll see the mightiness of God. We'll see His majesty. So when we read, we need to try and connect what is being said with who God is. So in this verse here, He says He's our shelter, He's our fortress. He says He will deliver us from the snare of the faller. So He's our deliverer. He's our Jehovah Gibor, the mighty man of war. He is our banner, Jehovah Nisi. He's our protector. And as we continue, verse 5, it says, You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked. So this chapter is a chapter of promises. It's saying that God will do this, He'll do this if you dwell in the secret place. So the promises are He'll deliver us from the enemy. And even if they come, like in life, we have situations that come from every direction. Like you can say, oh, when it rains, it pours. When trouble comes, it's like it comes from this direction, that direction, everywhere. But that is like linking. When 1,000 come from your right side, the left side, they'll not come near you. So no matter what the problems, the situations, God is there to deliver us. He's going to cover us and we will be safe. He is a faithful God. It says, do not fear. Fear comes from the devil. So we need to have faith in God. Hebrews 11:1. I love that chapter, the chapter of faith. We need to have faith and trust in God. It says, my God in whom I trust. Like no matter what happens, the sky could fall. No matter what happens, we need to trust in Him because He has promised us He will deliver us. So recompense, it says here in verse 8, you will only look with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked. I love that. That in this lifetime that we will be alive to see the recompense. God will repay our enemies as we look at them in this lifetime, in this present time. Our enemies being repaid for what wrongs they have done us. So I love the same thing with Psalms 23, that the Lord will prepare a table in front of our enemies. That is present time, that He will not only uplift us, but He will elevate us for them to see. And here it's payback. Like when the devil comes to steal, like they say, a thief, when he comes to steal, he has to repay you back 7 times. So these enemies, this thief, this person that, or this group of people, or this institution, if it was a job, you worked there and they stole from you either your promotion, or it could have been your retirement fund, or you lost money, they have to repay. God will make sure that you will be repaid. That is his word. It's not my word. That continues, says in verse 9, because you have made the Lord your dwelling place, the Most High, who is my refuge, no evil shall be allowed to befall you, no plague shall come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. I love that part. That as we go along our everyday life, we have angels watching over us. The Bible says we have two kinds of angels. We have ministering angels, like Angel Gabriel, who went and gave a message. And then we have the archangel, the ones that fight for us, like Angel Michael. So we have protection all around us. When God says, I will send my angels, he says that he will send his angels to watch over us. He will command them actually to guard us in all our ways. On their hands they will bear us, lest you strike your foot against a stone. So they will do whatever it takes to make sure that no harm comes to us. That is their job. God will command them to watch over us. It's like having a bodyguard. Have you seen heads of states or movie stars or presidents or prime ministers going about their business? They have an entourage of people watching over them, guarding them, so nobody can just come to them. That's how God is. He's guarding us with his angels, that no evil will come to us. We have our own personal bodyguards. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that wonderful?